Okay, so now that we've gone over the basic navigation in the Square Register app, we're going to do a sample cash transaction. So I'm looking at a couple of hang tags, and the first piece of information we need is the artist's name. And that is because, as we discussed, these colorful boxes on these screens represent an artist with their number and initials. So I have a tag that says Wendy Weaver, and her number is 802, and I can tell the number from the lower left-hand corner. So I'm going to navigate over to the last screen where we have our fictitious artists at the very bottom. So Wendy Weaver is 802. That is the red box in the lower left. It says 802 WW. I'm going to select that. This is for a scarf for $145. So I'm going to enter the 145. This is a touch screen. I'm touching these boxes. For the double zeros, I touch the lower left. We always have to make sure there's 2 zeros after the decimal point. And just want to show you, if you have made a mistake, this back arrow key on the right, you can back up and redo it and re-enter. And then when you have the number correct, you hit this orange plus sign on the lower right. And that will add the item. Now we have to add some details, including the type of item and the inventory number. So this is a scarf, as I said. We're going to use your finger to scroll down. You drag along the screen to find the scarf is 20, and when you touch it, it will turn black to select. You continue to pull the screen along and scroll down to the very bottom, and you'll see a box that says notes and quantity. So the note that we're going to add is the inventory number, and this at the bottom left says 802-11, so we know that the inventory number is 11. What I do is we're going to touch where it says add note, and we'll pull up a keyboard, and since we need numbers, we're going to hit in the lower left corner. We'll switch over to the numeric keyboard. I'm going to enter 11, and then we touch back along the side of the screen to go back into the screen and out of the keyboard. You'll see the number, the box on the right with the number 1. That is the quantity. It will always be 1 because items in our gallery are unique. Each one has a unique inventory number, and we don't want to combine items together. Then the last couple things I want to show you is here's where we have the Virginia sales tax. It is on. In the rare instance of a tax exemption, you could switch that off if you had all the proper support for a tax exemption. And at the bottom, if you're selling to a fellow member, this says PFAG member discount. You can select that if you're buying something yourself while you're sitting, or you're selling to a fellow member. And then we have the Torpedo Factory discount. You can, if you touch it, it will select. The blue shows that it's turned on, and then you touch it again. You need to shut it off. And when all the information is filled in, you go back to the top of the screen and touch the blue add button at the top right. Now we're going to add another item. We have, my next hang tag is D Designer, a pair of earrings for $35, and her number is 907. So here's D Designer is the lower right turquoise button. Add that, and then we need to enter $35. And I'm going to hit the plus sign. Then we have earrings are already selected. It's that 10 code. And I'm going to scroll down and enter the inventory number, which is 3. It says 907-3 on the tag. And then we don't need to change the tax or the discount. So again, I'm going to hit the add button at the top right. Now I just want to show you a couple things before we finish up. This is the time where you will review what's on there just to make sure you got everything correct. If you were missing an inventory number, or you had accidentally put in the wrong price or the wrong item classification, you could select that item. It will take you back into the screen, and you can make changes. You could see, I could hit, say, oh, it's a bag. No, it's actually a scarf. So you could go back in and edit anything you needed to. And at the very bottom, if a customer actually had changed their mind, you can go back. This is where you'd go back in to remove the item. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to hit save and go back over here. The other thing is if a customer just, had to run out and change their mind completely, if you hit this down arrow with a circle at the very top right, you can hit clear items here. And then touch it again to get out of that. So if everything's correct and you're ready to finalize the sale and check the customer out, you touch the button that says charge $190.80 at the bottom. And that doesn't mean charge, it just means we're ready to receive payment. On this screen, we actually are able to select the method of payment. So in this case, we're going to do a cash transaction, but as you can see, there's places for card, gift card, and other payments at the bottom. But at the top, it has cash. The Square app will provide you with sample amounts that the customer may give you. It's exact change and then a few other possible amounts. If they give you another amount that's not listed here, you hit the custom button and you enter it. I'm going to assume the customer did give $200. I'm going to enter $200 and then hit the tender button. And it will then show you how much change to give the customer. So it says $9.20 change out of $200 at the top. And then, unfortunately, the app I'm using to record these videos does not allow us to plug in the printer that comes with the Square register. So when you're in the gallery, and we'll show this on another video, it's going to show text receipt, email receipt, print receipt, and then no thanks. And you're going to hit print receipt. If the customer would also like an email receipt or would like an email receipt instead, you can select email and have them, you can swivel the register around and allow them to enter their email at this time. For this one, I'm just going to say no thanks. And that is how we do a cash transaction on the Square register.